Hi everyone, it's Don from Don's Family Vacations, and today I'm going to bring you a video about cruise line drink packages. It's one of my most requested videos. Everyone's asking, are they worth it? And in some cases they are, in some cases they aren't, and it depends on the package you're going to go for. So we're going to cover 3 cruise lines today: Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Princess Cruise Lines. And just take a quick look and see if it's worth it for you. I'm going to break down some of the prices for you, and we'll take a look and see if drinking on a cruise line is worth buying that package or not, right after this. Okay, well, first off, we have to premise this by, are you a heavy drinker? Are you that person, that college student that's going to sit by the bar or sit by the pool and order beer after beer after beer? Are you a casual drinker who likes a glass of wine or maybe a cocktail during the evening? Or are you just going to pound them down whenever you can? Are you a soda drinker? Are you more of a specialty coffee drinker? All these things come into play, so I'll try and break it down the best I can and give you a really good idea whether or not the drink packages are going to be worth it for you. So first off, let's talk about the consensus among all cruise lines, and that includes these 3 we're going to look at. First of all, if you're going to go and order something at the bar, say it's a $10 drink of vodka. You order a $10 drink of vodka, it's $10 plus it's gratuities, and this depends on the cruise line, but they can rate up to 20%. So instead of $10, that drink is now $12. So keep that in mind. And also, all of your all-inclusive packages you're going to buy are also going to have a gratuity fee attached to it. Just like your gratuity fee for staying on the ship at the end of the week, where it's anywhere from $12 to $18 per person per stateroom, that's automatically added to your bill. These will automatically be added to your bill as well. So that goes for all cruise lines. So if you're at the bar, you don't have to tip the bartender $3 or $4 because they're already going to get a gratuity from the cost of the drink that you just bought, whether you want to pay it or not. So keep that in mind. That goes for everybody. First off, let's start with Princess Cruise Lines. Princess Cruise Line does do something a little different than some of the other places. They offer a coffee card. As you can see down here, it's $35.60 per card, and that enables you to have 15 espresso-based coffees, so your lattes, your cappuccinos, all your specialty coffees and stuff like that. And good thing about that is you don't have to buy 2. If you're 2 people in a room or 3 people in a room, you don't have to buy 3. You can buy 1 card. So for instance, myself, I might have a coffee in the morning and not have another coffee the rest of the day because I might get a coffee when I'm on a shore excursion or something. So I can buy this and I can share it with my partner, and it only costs us $35 for the entire trip, which I really enjoy, being able to budget myself and not have surprise bills at the end. And I don't have to pay a one-time fee of $100 a day for specialty coffees and stuff like that. So I really like the cards. Unlimited soda is basically one of those things that is fantastic on all cruises because they're relatively inexpensive. It includes juices, it includes hot chocolate, things like that if you're on an Alaskan cruise. Unlimited fountain soda and quality soda. It's not no-name brand, it's Coca-Cola or it's Pepsi. And it's like anywhere from $7.50 to around $8.20. But if you figure if you're in Alaska or if you're in Cozumel and you go to buy a Coca-Cola, a can of Coke on the shore, it can roughly cost you about $3.50 American for that little can of 300 millimeter Coke. So to have unlimited drinks and unlimited juices all day for the cost of 2 Cokes roughly, it's well worth it, especially if you're a heavy pop drinker. Myself, in a hot season, on a vacation when I'm just enjoying myself, I can easily run through 6, 7, 8, 9 cans of soda during the day, especially if I'm active and busy. So those 2 things combined can be a great way, if you're not a big drinker, to limit how much money you're spending and also enjoy having everything paid for in advance and not have to pay extra when you're checking off the cruise line. As far as the unlimited drink package is concerned, it also includes unlimited cappuccinos and espressos, bottled water, lattes, your unlimited soda. So everything that's included in the other two, the coffee card or the unlimited soda, is included in this. So if you're adding that up, it's roughly about $15 a day of this cost is for soda and the coffee card. So you're roughly going to have to spend about $40 a day in alcohol to make your money back. And don't forget, that's per person, so that's $80 for a couple. So if you're going to drink, say, a $10 drink, that means you each have to have 4. Not that hard to do, but remember, 3 or 4 of your days, you're on shore excursions and you're not on the ship, which means you have to have those 4 drinks usually between 7 and when you go to bed. So now it becomes a little heavier drinking at night as opposed to casual. So if you're a heavy drinker, package might be worth it. If you're a casual drinker, I think long and hard. If you're only going to have a glass of wine at night or a rum and coke at night, then I would stay away from the all-inclusive packages on every cruise line, not just Princess. But I do give Princess Cruise Lines kudos for the coffee card and not making me buy an all-inclusive coffee package. So now let's talk about Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean basically has the exact same kind of packages. You have your unlimited alcohol and everything included kind of package, deluxe beverage package they call it. They have the refreshment package, which would be your bottled water, fresh squeezed juices, non-alcoholic cocktails, sodas and things like that. An entire selection of the premium coffees and lattes and cappuccinos, that would all be included as well. The price on that one would run you around $35 a day. The alcohol deluxe beverage package would be around $65 a day, which is rather expensive when you compare to some of the other cruise lines. But don't forget, some of the ships on Royal Caribbean are like the Oasis of the Seas and the largest cruise lines in the world, and a lot of people tend to spend a lot more time on the ship than in some of the ports, so there's a lot more opportunity to make your money back on those beverages. They of course also have the classic soda packages, and it's relatively cheap, again around the $8 mark. And one of the really good things that they do and Carnival does is you can order bottled water ahead of time, and it's roughly around 25% cheaper than you're going to buy in the store, so it's actually a pretty good deal. And you can order them in quantities of 12 and 24. And if you think how many people will store bottled water in their suitcases and they'll try and squeeze in 12, 24 bottles, and it just weighs down your suitcase a ton. And I know I used to do it as well, because I go through a lot of water when I'm on a cruise, especially if I'm trying not to gain 10 pounds while I'm on that 7-day cruise. So you could order this. It's delivered directly to your stateroom and ready to go when you arrive. So really good deals with Royal Caribbean and Carnival and some other cruise lines on the bottled water package. Now the premium alcohol package, like we just said, if you're not a big drinker and having to drink $65 a day worth of alcohol compared to the $35 for all the sodas and coffees you can drink, so that's another $30 on top of that. It adds up, and don't forget you have to buy that for 2, so you can't buy it for 1, so that's $60 a day in alcohol again. So it can add up significantly, and it all depends on how big a drinker you are, and that's basically the end of the story. If you're going to pound down 12 beer a day, then you want a beverage package, absolutely. If you're going to have a glass of wine and 1 alcohol drink during the day, you want to stay away from the beverage packages and stick with the lower packages like your coffees and sodas and juices and bottled water. That's a really good package for that price, because a latte can cost you $5, a Coke can cost you $3.50, bottled water can cost you $4 on the ship if you're not buying the bottled water packages. And if you're a heavy water drinker, definitely order a couple cases of that water ahead of time. And it's not no-name brand, it's Ambiant, so you'll be very pleased. So that's Royal Caribbean. They tend to be more expensive than the other cruise lines, but don't forget, their ships are the destination, sometimes even more than any of the places you're going to visit. Next, we have Carnival and their Cheers program for their all-inclusive drinks. Now, there's one thing you have to remember with Carnival, and they're the only cruise line I think that does this. They actually have a limit on your alcoholic drinks. You're buying an all-inclusive package, but you cannot have more than 15 alcoholic drinks per 24-hour period per person. Now, 15 alcoholic drinks, if you're pounding down 15 alcoholic drinks in a day, I don't want to be sitting next to you because you're drunk and you're verging on alcoholism. So I don't think that's an unreasonable expectation to not have to drink more than 15 alcoholic drinks. So it's not a big thing, but there are people out there that can easily pound out a case of 24 on a cruise. So keep that in mind if you're one of those people. What does the Cheers program include? Well, it includes all your spirits, your cocktails, as well as beer, wines by the glass with a $50 or lower menu price. It includes your sodas, your alcohol-free frozen cocktails, energy drinks, specialty coffees, teas, things like that, bottled water. 25% discount for any spirited wine glass above $50, 25% discount on the menu price for wine and champagne by the bottle if you decide to go that route, and basically 25% discount off any of the beverage seminars and classes. So if you're taking part in a wine tasting class and the wine tasting class costs $200, well, you're going to save $50 on that. So that's part of the price of the program. So that's something to keep in mind. What it doesn't include, any beverages promoted and sold in the souvenir glasses, bottled liquor, beverages offered at the gangway, beverages offered through room service, mini bars, and in stateroom beverages. So if you think you got the unlimited drink package and you open up your bar and you see all those little bottles of alcohol, you can't clear those out because they're going to be on your bill at the end. Trust me, you learn the hard way sometimes. You can't share any of the cocktails, floaters, pitchers, tubes, or buckets. Beverages offered through economic wine machines and self-serve beer stations are also not included. All other beverages related program, including merchandise, cigars, cigarettes, and food items, are not included in the Cheers program. So basically you're getting your bar drinks and your restaurant drinks, and that's about it. You're not getting anything extra from your mini bar or things like that. You're not going to have a full bar in your room ready for you to just pound back as many bottles of alcohol as you want. Is it worth it? Well, it's $50 a day, so it's on the low end, but as you see right off the bat, 15% gratuity will be added immediately to the price. So yeah, and if you're going to wait till you get on board, well, the onboard price is $5 more per day per person. And again, you got to buy two. So at $50 a day, it's a lot easier to say to yourself, yeah, you know what, the all-inclusive package is worth it when you consider it includes your bottled water, your sodas, and your specialty coffees. So if you drink say $15, $20 a day worth of just soda, water, and coffee, then you're only spending $30 on alcohol, $20 on alcohol, depending on how much coffee and sodas and waters you drink. So I would have to say Carnival is probably the cheapest and the easiest to say to yourself, yeah, you know what, I'm going to splurge, that's a word, splurge on the all-inclusive Cheers package for alcohol. And then you can enjoy a glass of wine and alcoholic beverage at night and not feel too guilty about it. You may not make all your money back from the package, but you don't feel cheated because you're losing $40, $50 a day by not drinking. So there you have it. They also have other packages. They have the bottled water, $4.50 for a pack of 12. They have the bottomless bubbles, of course, which is an unlimited soda program, and theirs are like $7.50 a day for an adult. Kids are under $5. They also have packages of Royal Crown whiskey and specialty brands like that you can look into. So they do offer other beverage packages, but if we're talking about the all-inclusive package, if you're on Carnival and you're going to have a few drinks every day, then I would say Carnival may be the one drink package that is most explainable to yourself to say, yes, I should buy that package. So there you have 3 cruise lines, all-inclusive packages ranging from $50 to $65 per day per person. Are they a good deal? It's very much an individual basis. If you're a couple out there, remember you're spending twice. Remember they're adding gratuities, 15 to 20% on top of your drink packages. Remember that if you're buying a drink at a bar by themselves, they're going to add a gratuity onto it whether you want to tip the bartender or not. So let's put it this way. If you're going to have, say, 3 pops a day, 3 specialty coffees a day, a glass of wine, and 2 alcohol, on most cruise ships, that'll run you around $35 to $40. So you're under the cost of the all-inclusive packages. So buying the soda package, buying the specialty coffee packages might be the way for you to go. Buy your alcohol separately. If you're going to have 2 glasses of wine at dinner, if you're going to have a cocktail at night, you're going to have a cocktail in the bar, you're going to have a cocktail at a show, you're going to have a nightcap before you go to bed, you're going to have 4 or 5 coffees during the day, and you're going to drink soda and water, then maybe the package is right for you. Myself, I tend not to get any of the packages. I'm not a heavy drinker. I'll have maybe 3 drinks on the entire cruise. So look at yourself, look at what you're going to spend. Remember those gratuities, because on $65 a day at $120, that's an extra $40 on top of your price per day. So if you're on a 7 to 15 day cruise, it can really add up really expensive. If people buy the all-inclusive packages, they're surprised at the end of the cruise when they're given a $590 and $600 bill for that all-inclusive package. So keep all that in mind. I hope this explains a little bit about it, but it's common sense. If you're a heavy drinker, you can make up the money in the package. If you're a light drinker, you're just not going to do it, and it's not worth spending $30 extra a day per person for money you're not going to spend. So I hope you liked the video. I hope it explained a lot of things. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from around the world and all the new Canadian cities we're going to be visiting this year, please give a subscribe button, and until next time, have a great vacation.